Don Burnstick, thank you so much for being here and being on the Noon Show. Your comedy career has now reached the 30-year mark. Did you ever think you'd still be doing this job today? And what was it like for you when you first started as an Indigenous comedian?
You know, I was so scared to try to do a 30-minute show, when I first started. And I just started doing it when I seen that first laughter. When I seen them look up and they're holding their stomach and they're wiping their eyes, I said, I got this. And I grew up on a res, and I know what it's like to be Indigenous, so I just hammered Indigenous humor. And this is before YouTube and social media and even cell phones came out. That's when I started.
Yeah, definitely paved the way. I also read that you were offered a pretty generous Comedy Central contract way in the past there, but if you accepted, you wouldn't have been able to perform for a lot of our First Nations audiences.
Yeah, I was offered a couple of things. Things were being mentioned like Saturday Night Live, Comedy Central, sitcoms and stuff like that. And I was just starting, and I was like, no way. Like I would have jumped into a pool in a deep end with no life preserver, and I would have had a very short career. I listened to my elders, and the elders said, stay with our people. So I stayed with our people. And now look at this, 30 years later, and I'm still going strong, And we have these careers, and I will go mainstream sometimes, like I'm doing a 30-year tour. But I always, my motivation is to help our people.
You've also publicly shared your health and wellness journey with all of your followers. Can you explain that journey and just how important we should treat our health?
Well, it was a very typical thing, like bad food train, inactivity, and I got really heavy, inactivity, and I was 250 pounds, just obese, all those issues with heart condition and type 2. I was full-blown diabetic, type 2 diabetic. So I went on a diet, and I went on a gym. I joined some gyms and went on fitness, and I got rid of my diabetes. I'm healthy, and I did it all without a pill. The doctors are really happy. They said you're the first one that has reversed it of their clients, the first one to reverse type 2 diabetes. And for me, I've talked to youth, and they said, I thought it was just part of being Native. You get type 2 diabetes. And we never had this. It was never part of our people. And so when I got it, I fought back. Just like alcoholism 40 years ago when I went into rehab. In 1985, I went to rehab. When nobody was going to rehab, I went to rehab. And the same thing, everybody's getting diabetes and getting sick and getting obese, and I decided to fight back. I remember going to AA meetings back in those days. Nobody was in AA because that's all we had back then. There was no wellness, there was nothing. And now I'm going to the gyms, and I rarely see Indigenous people there. But we see this health, our health, lots of issues with our elders. I'm 62, and I really want to take care of myself. It's funny because I'm getting muscles now. I never had muscles before.
Yeah, for sure. The aunties are probably saying, "Oh, he's getting really swole now."
I made a career out of making fun of my flat bum, and now I have a gluteus maximus now.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time and legendary because I put on my sunglasses. I walk around and people are calling me Ernest Monias now. So I'm getting up there now, a legendary status.
Yeah.
It's
Don,
pretty cool.
You also have evolved your comedy show over the years with important topics like sobriety, like you said there. I think of your previous show titled I Am Alcohol.
Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, I created that because back in the day, alcohol was a real big major issue with us. So I created this character, and I dressed him in black like Freddy Krueger, and I called him Alcohol. And he was a spirit of alcohol, this evil spirit. And it was really hard to do. I had to really dig deep to bring out that wickedness of the alcohol spirit. And he was like a bad dream. And then in the end, there was a warrior fighting this spirit, and this warrior's calling the people, help me fight this thing. And the end of the show, there'll be a lot of tears, lots of emotion. And that's when the elders said, you got to make them laugh. You can't leave the people like that. You're talking about a past and trauma and issues. You have to heal them. So you make them laugh a little bit. And that's how I started my career. Because the alcohol play was really a traumatic a piece that I created. And it's still in there. I have it in a bag, and I'm going to release it soon, re-release it online, because it's really helped people. And a lot of treatment centers have it in schools.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, Don, really quickly, can you tell us when the public can see one of your next shows?
Well, I'm going on tour. My 30-year tour starting in Vancouver 21st, and then every month I'm going to Saskatoon next, and then back to Alberta. So I'll be hopscotching, and watch for it. Don Burnstick 30-year comedy tour.
Don Burnstick, that's all the time we have. Thank you so
very
much for
much.
speaking with us, and stay in touch. We'll get you on the show again.
For sure, man. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. Keep rocking, you guys.